Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. And I'm back with another product from DREO. But as it is getting colder outside, we don't need a fan anymore, we need a heater. And that's why we take a closer look at their newest full room heater, smart of course, 714S. And if they are as good in heating your room as they are in cooling your room, that's why we're here. And as always, a great product journey starts with a box.
That's it, the DREO's next level for safe heating with style. Let's just embrace the design for a little bit. And from a technical point of view, this is really the next generation of heating. They're using a 3D whole room heating concept, basically a design philosophy that delivers maximum performance while staying super quiet and efficient. That's made possible by some really smart engineering, a custom built air inlet, a 9-blade DC motor and even the spiral grill at the front. Every single detail is there for a reason, not just set dressing. And in practice, with 1500 watts of peak power, you're getting heat in just about 2 seconds, so that's quite impressive in my book. And all of that comes with some serious safety features, but let's take a closer look at the fan itself. So now you have set up the heater for the first time and you may think that it is not stable because it appears slightly wobbly. However, this is not a defect, but simply the design of the DREOs. The base plate also functions as the turntable, which enables the horizontal rotation, so therefore when setting up the device, please ensure that you have a suitable flat and stable surface. So how to control it then when you set it up? You can of course use the controls directly on the device, which are completed by a display that is easy to read from all angles, or use the remote control provided. Everything cool, fine, works out of the box. So if you don't want more, you can simply unpack it, plug it in and start heating. You don't need anything else. But it's 2025 and the device is from DREO, so you can of course get the most out of it by using DREO's great app. This is really one of the best smart home apps I've come across in recent years, simply because I've never had any problems with it, with any device or any smartphone I used. But what can you do with the app? Of course, you can check the ambient temperature that you have in your room, which is important because you want to know, should I activate my heater right now or should I not? But of course, it can do all of those things automatically. Just configure it accordingly in the detail page from the heater itself. There you can choose how hot you want it in your room, and the heater heats as long as the ambient temperature is lower than your desired temperature. And you can also use it as a fan only, so it is actually useful also in the summer. Then of course you can change the oscillation angles you want it, so you want full 90 degree and 60 degree in the older directions, or you just want it a little bit tighter so you can hit your spot better where you sit, lie, whatever. Then of course you can change basic preferences, should it make a sound when you press a button, and so on and so on. But the cool stuff is of course the scheduled mode, so you can just activate a schedule for all your month, week, whatever. You can just let it heat from on its own. For example, you want it nice and cozy if you get up, just make a schedule for it so it starts right before you get up and you have a nice hot, warm room, or however you like it. So great stuff here, but of course you can integrate the DREO also seamlessly in your Apple Home and Google Home environment, so you can also do it there. But of course it's a heater, so I'm not sure if you want to let it unattended, but that's up to you. Just wanted to mention it. But of course stuff can also happen if you are in the same room, or if a pet is in the same room and accidentally knocks over the heater. But don't worry, your house won't burn down then, because the DREO turns off immediately as soon as it tilts too much in one direction. So I tested it, it works really in every direction. As you can see here, it turns it off immediately. If you put it back in the original orientation, it will continue heating, but if it lies on one side, it will stop and power down. So don't worry, great safety feature here. But how good is it at heating at the end? I mean, let's talk about the heating. Heating is simply great, not much to say. As soon as you power it on, you feel it immediately that hot air is coming out of it and gets distributed in the whole room. But I didn't want to stop there and wanted to measure it. So let's see how hot this whole thing becomes, and as you can see, we have here more than 140 degrees Celsius in the center of the fan, of the heater. But it's so well constructed that you can touch the case of the fan without getting any burns. So you can see here, I measured it also from the side, only 40 degrees on the outer casing of the heater. So I would call that a safe temperature. A safe temperature to move it anywhere in your house. So if you want to take a nap beside of it on the couch is also quite possible, because the sound that it produces is minimal, I would call it. So let me show you what I mean by that. So you can see our room here has a baseline of something around 43, 45 decibels. And as soon as I turn it on, you will see basically nothing. And that's the great part. I mean, of course, it's the level 1. So probably the level I would choose if I want to take a nap beside of it. But as you can see, it doesn't change the sound in the room. You can see here an increase. That increase is only because the fan is blowing in to the microphones directly. You can see it's corresponding with the oscillation of the fan. So the curve goes up and down with the movement of the fan. So the basic noise level you hear is the lower level of the noise. And that's not much louder than the rest of our room is here. So this thing is really quiet. Of course, if you want to blast it on full power, as every fan heater out there, you will hear it. But you have the possibility to use it nearly silent.
Which also makes it a perfect fit for your workplace. So there's nothing really to complain here. So at least I couldn't find anything. I'm totally happy. I can't think of anything that this thing doesn't deliver as it should. I mean, you get those 1500 watt peak power, which will be transformed into great heat, which will be distributed evenly in your room thanks to all the oscillation that fan does. And it even comes with all the safety features you wish to have in a new and state-of-the-art fan or slash heater these days. So yeah, I really like that. And if you want to find out more about that heater, just check out the description below. There you will find all the links you need to find out everything about it. And if you have any questions further, or if you just want to know where to head next in your life, drop us a comment below. If you liked that video as much as I liked that DREO 714, give it a thumbs up, follow the channel, don't forget to hit the bell button so we can see each other next time. And so long, I wish you a beautiful and well-heated day, and I say bye-bye.